Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the show. I'm here with Travis Jamison, Supremacy SEO and AMZ Tracker. Today we're going to talk about Amazon and kind of some tools you can use and how the platform has kind of changed in the past 2 years. So Travis, what's going on, man?
Hey man, thanks for having me.
Hey, so real quick here, you started out as an SEO guy and you moved to Amazon. What's the story behind that? Because I remember I had you on the show like probably like a year or two ago about e-commerce SEO, and now you're here talking about Amazon. So how did you make that transition?
Yeah, so everybody knows me as the SEO guy, but my main bread and butter has always actually been a supplement company that I founded. And so I've always done typical Google SEO to drive the traffic to the supplements to sell them, and eventually just kind of stumbled on this Amazon game, and it is the potential in Amazon is insane. Everybody's stopping doing niche sites and moving to Amazon FBA for a reason. The money's crazy. And so then I got onto Amazon and started realizing that it's still amateur hour. The tools didn't exist that needed to be there. All the stuff that's already developed for SEO didn't exist for the Amazon SEO. It's just kind of made it from there.
So you're talking like so you're talking like Moz Tracker or whatever things like that. There's none of that for Amazon in terms of
None of that. Well, there is now, thanks to us. But yeah, the trackers, the rankers, I mean, all that stuff, it didn't exist. And considering the money that's on Amazon, it's crazy that it didn't exist.
Yeah. So when you started your supplements on Amazon, did you do like FBA first, or did you start just putting listing stuff there and sending it through your own warehouse? Or
Originally, back in the day, I did fulfillment by merchant with the first company I started, which I now sold. But this newest company is just pure FBA. There's no reason. It's the 80/20. They handle everything. I never have to think about it. I barely have to do customer service. And the volume I'm doing to answer two customer service emails a week is just crazy.
and so, how did you get started in AMZ Tracker? I'm guessing when you had to track your own data through FBA, you had to like manually copy everything. Because I remember the backend's like really kind of archaic in 1990s in terms of Amazon stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy how bad it is. Yeah, that was pretty much it. So originally, AMZ Tracker just started as a rank tracker. Like in Google, you want to know where you rank for a certain keyword for your website, and it updates every single day. The same thing with Amazon, but I'm trying to rank my products for keywords on Amazon just like you would in Google. But when you're trying to rank 100 keywords and you have to manually search this every day to see where you're at, it's just insane. And so that was the first thing. I was like, this has to exist. And so I partnered up with my co-founder. And our original idea was like, let's just make this tiny little rank tracker. It might make a few dollars, but it's going to make our lives so much easier. And then it exploded from there.
Gosh, so say it's if I sell like ketone pills, it was just a way to track that keyword, but now you can track like a bunch of keywords that are related to that.
Yeah, yeah. Tons and tons of different keywords you can track, on top of the other features there. But the keyword tracking was the starting point.
Gotcha. So how did it grow from there? Because I guess keyword data, once you have the data, you want to be able to kind of do stuff with it, right?
Yeah. So from there, we just kind of I took all the stuff that I was doing to rank my products on Amazon and just started automating it. Anything that we could figure out that we could automate, and not even all this stuff's public yet, but we would start building it out. So in Amazon, they have these things called super URLs, which are about the equivalent of like backlinks in the Amazon search engine. If people use after clicking this URL, it really helps your rankings more. So we went in and built a tool for that. We wanted to track our competitors' sales, so we built a tool for that. Getting sales velocity and reviews and stuff like that is one of the biggest parts of the Amazon algorithm. So we built a tool and a user base of real Amazon reviewers for that, and just kept on building
Yeah.
stuff
So when
out.
you say super URL, what is like where I've probably seen it, but I just don't know I saw it. Where should I kind of?
All right, so it's let me see. It's going to get a little geeky. It might be difficult to explain over air, but we'll try it. So if you go to Amazon.com and type in your keywords, we're going to say Garcinia pills, which is a hot diet supplement if you don't know. And then let's say click the third result you see. Now, if you look at your URL slug in the bar up top, it's now going to say Amazon.com/blah/ a few numbers. It's going to have a QID. It's going to have the current rankings of the product. So it's going to say it was number 3 for this spot. And then at the very end, the magical thing, it's going to say keywords equals Garcinia plus pills. You can easily see what you searched for. And now if you purchase after searching that, Amazon's going to have this data. Immediately, it's going to be like, oh, well, this person searched Garcinia pills and then purchased. This product is obviously very relevant for the term Garcinia pills. We should rank it higher. And so we just made an awesome way to automate that and make it even better. So you can have one shortened URL and target lots of different keywords.
So they're basically giving you all the data in this URL, like the
It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. Imagine if Google SEO was like 1999 again. This is what
yeah,
it
like it's
is.
just telling you how it's ranking everything, and like you just gotta copy that, and then I guess figure that out the software end to like scrape that into something presentable. I
Yeah,
guess. And so,
yeah. I mean, for I look at this as Google has all the incentive in the world to stop people from doing SEO. If people are ranking naturally, they're not buying ads. Amazon doesn't care. It doesn't matter who's at the top; they're still getting paid.
yeah, they just want to move as many transactions as humanly
That's
possible.
exactly all they care about. Yeah.
You briefly mentioned competitor sales. So how does this kind of work? And because I mean, unless you kind of know their data, there's a little hack here.
Yeah, this is a hack that I'm pretty sure you taught me actually. And if this is true, then thank you very much. If you go to a product on Amazon, click add to cart, and then you can change the number for the cart. You just change it to 999 and press update. And Amazon will frequently say, "Oh, sorry, we only have 247 in stock." And so you know that person has 247. Now you come back 24 hours later, do the same thing. It's like, "Oh, sorry, we only have 239 in stock." So you know that they sold 8 units over the last 24 hours. We just automated that. So we get that data for you every single day. So you can do it yourself, but talk about a pain in the ass. Or you could just come in our software and literally one click of a button and you can see it every day.
And what's funny is that Amazon can't really hide the data because if you really are looking to buy 900, they kind of have to tell you how much they have, right?
Yeah, yeah. They might get rid of it one day, but I don't think it's big enough of a problem for them. And it doesn't work for all products. If they have over 1,000 in stock, well, you can't get that info. And if there's lots of different sellers, it can be complicated. It messes up the data. But if you just have a simple product, with, one or two main sellers, and they have less than 1,000, then it's an awesome way to get that data. I use it for myself. So
Yeah. All right. So I guess let's kind of go back a little bit. So you have all this kind of tools, tracking tools, clients, hundreds, if not thousands. So what are the biggest takeaways when you look at the data, or kind of when you see people using your tool? Kind of some big, kind of new and advanced stuff that people are doing on
all
Amazon.
right, the first takeaway is actually that there's so much money here. It's insane. It's insane how much money and how like easily people are creating these 6 and 7 figure businesses in less than a year. Um, I see this all the time. The other takeaways is the market is becoming more crowded.
Well, I guess before you go into that, when you say create 6 or 7 figure business, is it like they're private labeling stuff or?
Yeah, yeah. So I don't know that much about a lot of people do the reseller stuff. You know, that sounds like a not a very fun business model to me.
Yeah, because you just get squeezed by the wholesaler and you get squeezed by Amazon with your 15% and your FBA fees. Right? It's just,
Yeah, I mean, I've got friends that make just ungodly amounts of money doing that, but they've been at it a long time. But starting out, I would never do that. You see these people who go to, you know, discount stores and spend $500 and then send it in to try and make $600 or $700. It's kind of crazy. If you can do it at scale, there's people doing hundreds of millions a year at that, then it's totally worth it. But otherwise, just the private label. I make custom stuff, so we're not repackaging things, but custom private label. Sourcing stuff out of China, all that stuff just kind of crushes it if you find the right niche.
yeah, Sony, I remember we have a mutual friend. I won't name him. I remember he said he had like 3,000 SKUs and he's been on Amazon for like, what, 5 years? And he just basically looks bored because he's making so much money.
It's true. He's the guy that actually got me to first start looking at it at Amazon, and glad I did.
Yeah, it was funny because he was saying he looked at Amazon around what 2011 2012 when everyone wasn't really looking at it yet and everyone was doing like either like niche sites or like drop shipping sites and he was doing Amazon.
He sold his drop shipping site to get into Amazon.
All right, so I guess let's go back to number two. So number one was kind of a lot of people doing FBA, kind of making their own private label stuff. What's number two? Kind of the way people.
People are really optimizing for it. It's become the Amazon SEO is really starting to take off. And we feel like it might be a limited thing. Eventually things are going to change, and so it's like a land grab right now. Like get in while you can, build what you can because it might not be there. And then once things change, like the people at the top are going to stay at the top. And especially if you're a savvy seller and like you've hacked the stuff and figured it out, once you get to the top, it's really hard for anyone to take that away from you. So that's the biggest thing I'm seeing is it's a land grab right now. Do what you can.
Yeah. So if you compare like vanilla SEO where you have like backlinks, PR stuff, like how did those translate to Amazon? Because I guess it has its own system, right? Rather than the Google one.
Page relevancy. So your keywords basically are all the relevant keywords you're wanting. Are they everywhere on your page? Are they in your title, in your bullet points, in your product description? Do you have at least 6 images? Are they? We have a. This is the specifics from the tool that we made to check this stuff. Are you using high resolution images? Are you getting reviews? That's the next part. People won't purchase on Amazon without reviews. It's just that trust factor. And then if you go to a product that has no reviews, no one trusts it. And then after that, we've got the sales volume. Sales are everything. If the quickest way after you optimize your page, the quickest way to get ranking is just to get a few sales. Then people searching your keyword and then purchasing. That's the big thing there. And those are the basics. That's the 80/20 basics of it. And conversion rate's important.
Is there like keyword density penalties on Amazon, or is it?
No, it's crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking at this. What was that Garcinia weight loss thing? And they have like 7 images, but they're just the same bottle tilted at like 5 degrees each photo. And
Yeah, it doesn't matter what the image is, as long as it's high quality. Because if it's a crappy looking image, then people won't purchase. And conversion rate does matter. Amazon's optimizing for their own sales, for their own pocket. So
yeah, so they're trying to rank everyone, whoever can rank the highest.
yeah, whoever can make them the most money, kind of. But there's a few other factors. I mean, Amazon cares about the customer some, but
So I guess there's kind of a catch-22 where if you're starting a new product and you have no reviews, you kind of get no sales, right? Is there like a hack you have for that? Or?
yeah, there's a hack we have that all the big sellers are kind of using right now. It's review clubs. So we started a review club. We've got about 10,000 or over 10,000 like real Amazon users, and they're interested in purchasing stuff for really cheap. And the deal is you come on there and you offer, say, your bottle of Garcinia. That's usually, say, $25 or $30. And you give it away for $1. And these reviewers are going to come purchase it for that dollar.
So they get a coupon code that changes it to $1 in Amazon.
Yeah, yeah. So they just go onto Amazon and purchase, and then put in that promo code at the last second. And then they'll leave reviews for it. Now these aren't like fake reviews, so you're not buying fake reviews. People got in trouble for that a little while ago. Like, they were just selling fake reviews, and they would ship like empty boxes to them and all this stuff. And that's fraud. For this, we're just kind of hooking, merchants up with people wanting to review products, and they give it to them for cheap, and they leave a review, and they disclose that they leave a review, as they should. Amazon asks people to do that. And that gets the traction. So, it's hard to get people to buy your products without reviews, and it's hard to get reviews without people buying your products. And so this way you can start off with a good base. And when people purchase, they're using that super URL that we talked about. So they're optimizing for the keywords that way.
Yeah, and it's a better solution than just lowering your price to $1 and hoping people buy it and review, and you lose a bunch of money while you.
Yeah, and even then, if you lower it to $1, who's going to see it? If you're ranked number 300, it's not going to happen.
And I guess how many reviews do you need to actually get decent momentum for something new? Is it like 10?
It totally depends on the niche. So I'll give you my guidelines. We always recommend starting with at least 15 reviews. We find that the Amazon PPC, which is amazing, it doesn't even start really working that well until 15 reviews, just because the conversion rate's low. For ranking organically, it depends. Like the Garcinia, don't come swinging until you're at like 200, 300 reviews. For some of the small ones, 10 reviews, 10 sales, and you're at the top. I mean, I have a bunch of supplements. One of my new supplements, it took a grand total of like 8 reviews and sales and optimizing, and I'm at the very top for all my keywords now, and it's making $100 a day. So
yeah, like I guess if it's like a health supplement, people want to see more people using it instead of like one dude in like Virginia or something like that. Yeah, whereas if you're buying like toilet paper, who cares how many people gave it a 5-star, right?
Yeah.
As long as it wipes your ass.
I mean, a lot of this is like, the keyword research you would do for Google. You're trying to find these gems that are still easy, that not everybody's targeting, that's still going to make you money. It's the same thing in Amazon. You find those, and it's not going to take as much effort to get to the top. But the same thing in Amazon. Like if you're, I mean, like in Google, if you're trying to rank for, buy Viagra online, it's going to take a lot of links, a lot of power. The same thing on Amazon. If you're trying to rank for Garcinia pills, it's going to take a lot of reviews, a lot of sales, and a lot of these big players, especially in the supplement industry, they are just giving away and getting the reviews and sales all day, every day. Like anybody they can give it to for $1, they are, because they're going to make $5,000 a day selling this product on Amazon. So for them to give away $200 a day worth of product is just a no-brainer.
Yeah, gotcha. So it makes sense that reviews is like links of SEO because it's like the big heavyweight thing that at the 80
We,
20.
we say it's the purchases actually. So when people purchase using that super URL, that's giving it out, and then just the reviews are what's the trust factor that goes with it.
Yeah, and since they're buying it at $1, they still show up as verified.
Yeah,
Right.
they're definitely verified reviews. We heard some people were giving them out for free, and it seems to still work. But Snagshout, which is another review group, it was more expensive, I might add. Um, they're good people, and they just said that some of the free promo codes, the reviewers weren't allowed to leave reviews. So at least give it away for a little bit of money, a
Yeah.
dollar or more.
Cool, cool. And one thing you kind of touched upon was keyword research. So in like traditional SEO, you have like what all these SEO tools that do keyword research for you. Like, how is this different on Amazon?
We have a lot more limited data, unfortunately. So in AMZ Tracker, we got a keyword tool that you put in, a couple of your seed keywords, Garcinia, whatever, and we're going to spit out, 100, 200, 300 more keywords you can optimize for. What I personally do is I use that. I use a product called merchantwords.com, run by this awesome dude named George, and it's kind of like keyword volume for Amazon. Now, it's not all that accurate, but it doesn't really need to be. If you're just kind of looking for the biggest keywords in the niche and to go for that. Sometimes it might say there's a million searches a month, and there's not a million searches a month, but it's still going to be a good keyword. I also still use the Google keyword tools. I mean, like keywordtool.io and termexplorer.com. I use those just to kind of get ideas. If I drop in Garcinia, it's going to spit out some relevant things. Like in Term Explorer, if I put Garcinia, it's going to give me weight loss pills. I'm like, oh, that's pretty relevant. And so you just got to get the ideas. A lot of it's still an art and less of a science in Amazon.
Yeah, already. So like, let's talk about review clubs a little bit. So like how like link networks got hit in SEO? Like, do you think Amazon's gonna come down on this, or because doesn't matter, not matter because they make money off reviews anyways?
They might. But I don't think they're going to come down on it like Google has. They're not going to get penalized. They're just going to make them stop working, basically. So that's why it's kind of a land grab. I mean, this again, I'm guessing here. It's educated guesses, but you can never tell the future. They might make it to where if somebody's using a promo code and it's more than say 50% off, then it doesn't influence the algorithm, perhaps, or something
Yeah,
like that.
because they can know if you use the code and how much you use it.
Yeah. Now, Amazon's very aware of this stuff, and they even some of the reviewers, they give out guidelines of like things to help. So it's completely within Amazon's terms of service. We checked it, very specifically, so it's fine. One day they might change it. I don't know. But if you look at it, people have been buying just blatant fake reviews forever, and Amazon went after 2 companies or 3 companies that were doing it. These are the fake. You give us $10, we give you a 5-star review, you ship us an empty box. And I feel like that might have just been from like PR standpoint, having to pacify the public who are bitching about this. So I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Because at some point, if the reviews can't be trusted, then how can you trust anything on Amazon?
At some point they might. For now and for the little bit foreseeable future, I don't see anything happening. But again, you never know. And for me personally, it's just rank what you can, get all the products you can on there now, because they're not going to retroactively make it not work. So get it while you can.
Yeah. So one thing, let's move on into a little FBA a little bit. So you make your own stuff and you FBA, but there's a lot of people where they're doing like reselling, kind of getting into. I get the feeling it's a real flavor of the month thing now, and like how sustainable do you think kind of this is? Because you're seeing a bunch of people who aren't in products getting into it just because they're hearing people are crushing it with FBA, and usually when those signals come out, it's kind of like
Are you talking about the reselling of like a private label, or just buying a brand and reselling it?
I guess buying a brand. Well, I guess there's private labels, people who are doing this private label and they're reselling it, right? I guess those are two different segments.
Yeah, yeah. For people like just reselling other brands, it's it's coming to an end in some ways, unless you're already very established, because the margins are going down lower and lower and lower. There's more competition. Everybody's trying to get sales and driving down the price to where no one's profitable. And then if it's profitable enough, then Amazon comes in and sells it themselves, and they don't have to pay their 15% listing fee, so they win every time. Um, for the private label stuff, some of the niches are definitely getting full. The Garcinia was a great example. I mean, they're selling so much that it's still okay, but when you have 50 sellers selling it, like I would never try and enter that niche. I mean, there's all kinds of these. There's eye serums, there's iPhone cases, this stuff. There's just so many sellers selling that the party's not there. I would never be a reseller. It seems crazy to me. Margins. I get 8x margin, and they get like 15% margin, maybe.
Yeah. So I guess you brought up a little tangent topic. So if you're looking into like private labeling on Amazon, like what are some signals you would look at to see if something's good or bad to get into? Because obviously, like the research is a little bit different than like traditional SEO research.
You could again check out the keyword volume with merchant words, and be wary that it's not going to be 100% accurate. Uh, then we're kind of looking for, you can track the sales, using the sales tracker, or just looking at the BSR, like the best sellers rank, and kind of get an idea for what these people are selling, and then look at just the competition. So, are they a savvy seller? Is what we look for. Are their listings look professional? Are they super optimized for keywords? If they are, then they might be a little more difficult. Do they have tons and tons of reviews already that have been there for years? Amazon's looking for stuff that's very well established. They'll reward that. And if they are, then it's going to be harder to enter. Now, if you find the few golden niches to where you have a lot of people in there selling a lot, they're not optimized, they don't have a lot of reviews, like it's prime for the taking. Go in and grab that.
Yeah, like their bullet points have bad copy, their images suck, and
Yeah, the images suck. Bullet points will have like one bullet point instead of using good copy for all five of them. They're not optimizing their keywords. That's a huge one right there. We see all the time.
gotcha. So I guess it makes sense to use a tool like AMZ Tracker first before you actually select. Because if you're gonna do this manually, you're gonna waste so much time you probably won't even get anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, AMZ Tracker, you can do most of it without it. We just makes it so much easier. That's the point of it. And if you want to learn the basics of the SEO, we got a Amazon SEO course. On the homepage, just click the little pop-up toaster that comes there.
Yeah, I saw that when I was checking out the site earlier. I signed up for that, so it's pretty cool. Alrighty then. So I guess if people want to find out more about AMZ Tracker, where should they go?
AMZtracker.com.
All right, guys. Thanks, Travis, for joining us, and check out AMZ Tracker if you sell on Amazon, or if you're looking to get on it really soon. So thanks for joining us, and we'll catch up with you soon.
Thanks, man. Ciao.